Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode here on the SitRep podcast. I am your host, Oriskany Jim, and today I am joined by my lovely girlfriend, Miss Jennifer, a true girl of the '80s. Hello, Jennifer. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine.
Are you mad that I just gave away your age live on stream in front of the whole internet?
No, I am very proud of my age. All these people who talk about how cool the 80s were and they weren't even born then.
That
They
is
can suck it.
that is annoying. That is highly annoying, especially when we talk about Team Yankee and how fun waiting for World War III was because that was going to happen anytime. And they talk about the 2020s, like, oh my God, I wish it was a simpler time when, we weren't waiting for World War III to happen. The Russians weren't running all over the world causing trouble. We weren't going to get nuked any day. There was a huge disease that the government was constantly lying about and refused to even, oh, wait, this is the 1980s all over again. Yeah, the 80s are back for real, bitch. Take your medicine. Um,
Wow, did we just find a trigger for Jim?
yeah, these kids, these millennials, and now that I've alienated a bunch of our audience, all these millennials and Z's and Y's who, I love the '80s, but you don't get to talk about the '80s. Anyway, we're going to talk about some fun stuff that happened in the '80s because the '80s, although a lot more miserable than people like to remember, did have some fun stuff. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Rasmus is with us. Rasmus, yes, Rasmus is a true child of the '80s. I don't know. Maybe this is just my weird way of measuring. I always go by what decade were you a teenager in? Wait, what decade did you turn 13 in? That's like when you started making up your own decisions. You weren't automatically listening to your parents, the school, the state, the church, whatever your authority figure was when you were growing up. Um, and you kind of looked around and said, "Wait a minute, man, the world is kind of weird." You know, like that moment. Whenever that moment happened, that's your decade. So yes, I was born in the '70s, but I don't call myself a kid of the '70s. I'm a kid of the '80s, and as such, I love the A Team growing up. So real quick, as it's obvious from our show here or from our display here, we're talking about the 1980s A Team movie. I'm sorry, whoa, I totally misspoke there. The 1980s TV show. I'm going to go ahead and throw out what might be an unpopular opinion with three caveats, with three gripe exceptions. I don't mind the '80s movie, the remake movie. I actually thought it was pretty good, which is
I liked
weird.
it too.
Which is weird to say because a lot of times the movie when they try to bring back something from an earlier period, it's always terrible. I think the 18 again with three pretty exceptional differences. Number one, I don't like Jessica Biel's character. I think she's absolutely disgusting.
Ugh.
Um, yeah, a captain strides into a four-star general's office, doesn't salute, doesn't buy your leave, doesn't knock on the door, literally strides into his office, leans on his desk, and barks. Doesn't even address him by his rank. Where's Colonel Smith? Like, girl, I hope you like the inside of a break, because and those captain bars, yeah. I mean, she gets demoted later in the show, but she would get demoted right there in real life. I don't know what military she's belonging to. I don't know what planet she serves on, but that's not how it goes. So that's number one. Number two, the last scene, the whole container ship. That gets a little weird. The
Yeah.
firefight and the shootout is fine, but when the ship tips over and the whole team gets buried in an avalanche of containers and somehow everyone's fine, and the effect is really bad, I don't like the very end of that movie. And number three, I don't like how they treated the original cast. Um,
Yeah,
they're
they cut
in
him out.
they're in the credits. Of course, George Papard, rest in peace, he's no longer with us. Mr. T is still with us in real life. However, he's got some, from what I read, some pretty serious health issues. From what I remember, and from what I read, his personal life is still pretty cool, but he's not acting anymore. So he was not invited to be part of the show. However, Dwight Schultz and Dirk Benedict were in the movie. They're in the credits, and then they cut out their scenes. So, other than those three things, I actually like the original movie. People say, "Oh, what about the Buford scene where they're flying a tank and all that stuff?" Did you watch the original show?
That is classic
The
80s
original,
movie.
the original show is absurd. Anyway, I wanted to make that distinction, TV show versus movies, real fast because there is a major difference which does relate to our game today. as everyone likes to joke and everyone knows, nobody dies or is really even hit in the original TV show. Lots of
Yep.
people die in the movie. People die in rather horrific numbers in the 2010s movie. But cool. So yep, Rasmus is with us. Like I said, John is with us. John Sowerby. Hello, John. How you doing? All right, so we got a pretty good audience. So let's go ahead and get started. So here is a map for our scenario. We are using the sitrep skirmish system, heavily modified because, of course, there's not going to be any militia joining both sides. We don't have like that Protean third faction, that AI faction on the table, where we don't know that guy down the street carrying an assault rifle. Is he on your side? Is he on the enemy side? Or is he not made up his mind yet? It's not like that. And of course, the wound mechanics are very, very different because, again, no one's actually going to get shot and killed here. You can get wounded, you can get incapacitated, but again, this is 1984 A-Team. No one's going to die. Even the bad guys. So, real quick, let's talk about the situation at hand. We basically wrote our own episode of the A-Team here.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yes. So, Roland Cutler. I don't know, it just sounds like a bad guy. Roland Cutler is a local strongman and all-around sleazeball because, like, we called everybody chump and slick in Miami Vice. We have to call everyone a sleazeball here in Miami Vice, in A-Team because A-Team. So Roland Cutler is a local strongman and all-around sleazeball, as Hannibal calls him, of course. In the deserts northeast of LA, Cutler and his thugs have set up quite the lucrative protection racket near the Mojave Narrows in California. Here, Cutler extorts money from local ranchers. We've all seen the episodes. We know how it goes. There's always some kind of local businessman gone crazy. That should say merchants, not merchats. Local ranchers, merchants, and even engages in, there's another typo, wow. Even engages in truck hijacking along the highway. So he's basically a bad dude. He's running basically a redneck mafia out there in the Mojave Narrows. Finally, when local hero and Korean war vet A.J. McGoodfolk is hospitalized by Cutler's cockroaches, quotes, he's, of course, naturally drop-dead gorgeous niece, Lucy McGoodfolk, who, of course, falls helplessly in love with Faceman, desperately seeks out the A-Team to stop Cutler's reign of malfeasance. All right, so here's the actual game. The A-Team must find the hostages. In order to do this, the Cutler's taking a bunch of hostages. A-Team has to find those hostages. In order to do this, a dismounted A-Team figure, so you can't just do it in the van. Yes, the van is in the game. Get ready for that. To do this, a dismounted A-Team figure must enter the hex, at which time the villain player reveals whether or not the hex holds the hostages. So there are 5 hexes that are yellow. I think I forgot to put a paragraph in the setup there, but no worries. Basically, you see there's 5 target hexes here among these buildings. One of them holds like the local town hostages. There's like 5 or 6 hostages, enough to fit into the A-Team van, and that becomes important later. You don't know which one. I do. I have it recorded off on the side.
Well, I hope you do. It'd be silly if you didn't.
There you go. So basically, you have to get somebody on foot in the hex, and when you do, I have to tell you whether or not there are hostages in that hex or not. All the hostages are in one hex. I'm not allowed to split them up. So once the hostages are located, the A-Team van must pick them up and drive them off the table, or that hex must be defended by at least one A-Team figure until all Cutler figures are eliminated, pretty much until the end of the episode.
Okay.
The hostages are also safe if a Decker, yes, Colonel Decker is in this episode as well. The hostages are also safe if a Decker unit gets within one hex of the hostage hex, because they're safe in government custody. So, after various encounters, bluffs, scams, and setbacks, and of course a gearing up montage, you have to have a gearing up montage, Hannibal and the team are ready to take down Cutler's opulent compound in the episode climax. Oh, here it is. They must rescue local townsfolk that Cutler's goons are holding. After an undercover snooping scene, Face has determined the hostages are being held in one of the buildings marked by yellow objective markers, but Hannibal doesn't know which. However, Cutler has also gotten wind of the A-Team's fugitive status and alerted Colonel Decker, who is now on his way with a squad of MPs to finally capture the A-Team. Good luck with all that shit. So, real quick, let's look at the units because the units are fun. Let me know if any of these guys look familiar. Okay, we got Hannibal Smith, complete with cigar, because of course he has to have a cigar. Technically, he shouldn't light the cigar until the mission is over. Actually, he sometimes has the cigar going during the firefight, so I'm actually okay on that one. And we have the Faceman, Templeton Peck, in his, earth tones jacket that he was always wearing. We have Howlin Mad Murdock. I did forget to put the tiger on the back of his leather jacket, but you can't see most of it anyway with the baseball cap he's wearing. Of course, we got the man B.A. Baracas, because of course we do. He's got his
gold chains.
He's got his white chucks, his red tank top, his camouflage pants. It's the most absurd outfit I've ever seen. And of course, all the gold. I didn't put bracelets on though. I should have bracelets and like feathered earrings on there. I did forget those. I apologize. Do notice one thing I did get right though. Do notice they all are carrying the classic Ruger Mini 14 assault rifle. I think they carried M16s in season 1, and then quickly they ditched it for the more classic 18 Mini Ruger 14, which I think they carried for the rest of the series. Now, when we come to Miss Allen, Miss Amy Amanda Allen, AAA as she was called once, we are doing two things slightly off here. It's mostly for to have fun in the game. Number one, she's carrying a pistol. She never actually was armed in any of the shows. She was mostly the information and publicity person. Here, just to make sure, that's 1d6, not 60. She's not carrying a tactical nuke in that pistol. Wow. Normally she's not armed, much less with a D60 Warhammer 40k bolter or whatever the hell that would be. That would be a serious pistol. Now she's just carrying a regular pistol, which again she normally didn't in the show, but we're doing it here just for fun. And number two, for any real hardcore 18 lore junkies, this is incongruous. Alan was their like semi-part-time helper, member of the team, during season 1 when they were still being pursued by Colonel Lynch. Technically, I think Lieutenant Colonel Lynch. Colonel Decker takes over in season 2, by which time Amy has been replaced by Tanya. The smoking hot Tanya, holy crap. But I went with the classic character. We stuck with Amy. So Amy and Decker technically were never in the same episode or never in the same season even, but no worries there. So Decker's on the table, possibly. We'll go over how he enters the table later. Along with a squad of MPs, 7 guys, 8 total, 4 in a car. He's got 2 cars that he has apparently shanghaied from local police department. These guys, notice everyone, have the OK and 2d8s. These are basically miniature characters. These guys are dangerous. If you lose the game, Jen, it's going to be to Decker. You're going to wade through Cutler and his guys, probably. But if Decker shows up, just, word to the wise, be careful with Decker. Then, of course, we get the usual band of villains. Cutler is the named hero, or I should say anti-hero, the named villain. He has an OK status. He can take wounds and stay in the fight. He also has 2d8. He's considered an elite character. Everybody else is just a standard 18 sleazeball. They have much reduced defense dice, much reduced attack dice, and 1 hit and they're gone. Because they run away or they get arrested or, the 18. No one ever actually dies. They have 3 vehicles, and of course we have the 18 van, which has some special rules. Because of course it does. It's the 18 van. Alright, so Cutler and his henchmen set up anywhere on the table. I've already done that. The villain player must also secretly designate which of the 5 objective hexes hold hostages. The 18 van enters in the Baracas van. The 18 enters in the Baracas van through any road hex. We already went over how you have to find the objectives. And special rules. Each 18 member has its own special rule. Hopefully you guys will like this. Hannibal special rule. I love it when a plan comes together. Twice in the game, Hannibal can designate that all figures in the A-team hex attacked in an A-team hex attack twice. So if your whole team, Jen, is not in one hex, this only applies to one hex.
Okay.
Or if it's super important, it might be only one character. It depends on how you guys are deployed and what the moment is. But twice a game, you have to point to a hex and say, everybody on my team in that hex gets to go twice, completely. Okay. Move twice, shoot twice, everything twice. He's Hannibal. His plans always work, even though they don't. Murdock, special role. He's a special kind of crazy. Murdock is carrying the team's rigged up rocket launcher because just before the stream started, we had our A-Team gearing up montage where they basically built a giant potato gun and loaded it up with some kind of explosives because who knows what. It shoots out dynamite stuck in potatoes, who knows what. He gets only one, 3d10 area explosive effect attack once per game. So, spoilers, I should also put a rule, you can't shoot this at the hostages. Just because this is a family show, technically, alright? Face has a special rule. Fortune favors the beautiful, because of course it does. Face gets a -1 to any damage rolls inflicted against him. He's just too pretty. Bullets bend around him. And like he says in the movie, in his one scene that eventually got cut, you don't mess with the face. Baracas was easy. I pity the fool. He gets a D12 +2 in close combat, whereas everybody else gets a D10 and the villains get a D6. He could literally fight like 6 bad guys at once and probably win. However, Decker is coming down hard and fast on the A-Team. So at the end of every villain vehicle movement phase, we roll a D6 if the result is less than the number of the turn. So he can't show up on turn 1. Decker, 2 squad cars and 7 MPs arrive through any road hex. They can come in through multiple hexes if they want. Decker and his men are never allowed to cooperate with Cutler's villains, and there's some rules for that. And if any of Decker's figures end movement within 3 hexes of a Cutler figure or vehicle, there's a possibility that they could start shooting at each other. Because Decker never took the side of the villains in the show. He just wanted the A-Team. In fact, he often arrested the villains after the A-Team had defeated them. And of course, this is the A-Team of the 1980s. No one dies. This is 1980s A-Team. Technically, season 1.5, because again, we brought in Decker, who's a season 2 character, and we have Amy Allen, who is a season 1 character. So this takes place between seasons 1 and 2. That's why you never saw this episode. Nevertheless, it's 1980s A-Team episode. We have a new wound table where no one dies, and we are not using the usual bleed-out rules. And that is pretty much the game.
You got a lot in the chat.
Yeah, let me catch up with the chat here. I wanted to get through the whole rules things first before I caught up with the chat. So John says, 80s teenager here? Hell yeah, man. That's where it's at. People who actually remember what the 80s were really like. A lot of fun stuff happened in the 80s. It wasn't all great. And I always kind of get irate when people who didn't live through the 80s talk about how it was the best decade ever. Really? Have you seen Threads? Have you seen The Day After? Have you seen The Band Plays On? Have you seen Philadelphia? This is stuff we were thinking about every single day. And the only reason we think the movies and music were so great is because we remember the good ones. For every Quiet Riot song, there was 10 Duran Duran songs, which were all terrible. Yes. When I was in 7th grade, if you were a boy, you loved Duran Duran. No, I'm sorry, you loved Quiet Riot. You were a girl, you loved Duran Duran. And I'm still on that team.
You will not insult Duran Duran.
I think I just did.
Oh.
I think I just did. I'm pretty sure I just did. See, I'm trying to fill your rage meter for the game so that you either do well or make a mistake. Either way, it'll be a more fun stream.
No, I just know I'm going to load up on my iTunes account and start playing at full volume throughout the house.
Okay, just wait till the stream is over so I don't get hit with a copyright claim. Rasmus says, first girlfriend in the 1980s. Yeah, same here. I gotta say, no, Jen was not my first. Oh my God, shock horror.
Not in the 80s, anyway.
No, not in the 80s. She's my first now. I promise everyone that. Speaking of wives and girlfriends, John says he's got the other half listening in as well. Hell yeah, man. We gotta get the word out here. We've been doing awesome on subscribers lately, guys. So whatever you guys are doing, please keep it up. Do you mean the better half, John? Oh no. Jen's already causing trouble with the chat. There you go. So Rasmus also says, rewatched Roadhouse this weekend, so I think I've seen this episode. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. This could almost be like a Roadhouse. It's like a desert compound kind of a thing. So, general idea. I was talking about this game yesterday with Jen, and she was kind of like really excited to have the A-Team van in the episode, which is a good idea. However, it does curtail the kind of mission I can create. I can't create any of the games or any of the episodes where they were overseas. Like every other episode, you guys remember the show. Every other episode, they were in Guatemala, Nicaragua, the Middle East somewhere, Asia. I think went to Vietnam a couple times. In fact, I think the Vietnam episode was like the only time someone actually died in a A-Team episode. It was like season 4, like near the end of the show. They finally killed someone. But of course, with the A-Team van is there, they got to be in the U.S. Again, we're notwithstanding when the A-Team van briefly appears in Mexico in the movie, right before it gets pancaked by a industrial-sized HVAC unit dropped from a helicopter, because the A-Team's not absurd. So John says, when do we all light cigars? Well, if we go by Hannibal's rule, you can light a cigar whenever you want. He would often light a cigar after the battle was over, usually while quoting a line. I love it when a plan comes together. However, he is chewing on a cigar often while rocking that M60 in many scenes. So honestly, light the cigar whenever you want. I will tell you when it is time to not be nice. There we go. We're already dropping the Roadhouse references. Nice. Patrick Swayze and Sam Elliott rule. I agree about the Sam Elliott part. I've had a huge man crush on Sam Elliott ever since he played General John Buford in Gettysburg. And that was even before Tombstone. So, yeah. Gene Haskins says, does one of the henchmen really have a 3d6? I don't think so. I hope not. Not supposed to. 3d6 is an RPD. No one's carrying an RPD. Did I accidentally pull in an RPD? 3d6, let me check. I don't see a 3d6. So, okay, I got away with that one. There is an actual logic to what they get. There's roughly speaking 4 classes of weapons and 3 classes of people. Militia, regular, and elite. So it's like, and it goes by ammunition size. So pistol ammunition is D4, and then the number of dice is based on the rate of fire. So an automatic weapon is usually 2, unless it's like sustained automatic weapons. That would be a 3d6. There are 3d6 characters. They're just not in this episode. For more serious games, like where they're carrying an RPD, light machine gun or something like that, that's when you go up against like actual military characters. There's also RPGs, you name it. But again, that's going to be for more militarized settings. Light armored vehicles. This is A-Team 1984. We were up against basically a bunch of, redneck sleazeballs. We have to use the right term, sleazeballs, because we're playing the 1980s. Team Yankee. Hello, Tough Ears. Awesome. Glad Tough Ears has joined the stream. We got a really good audience today. Might be the one where Decker catches AAA. That's true. He actually did eventually catch up with her. And then they wrote her off the show that she got some kind of foreign correspondence job in Pakistan, of all places. And that's when they brought in Tanya. Not Tanya. Tanya. A lot of people say that wrong. Hello, Ben Johnson. Thanks very much for coming by. This should be good. Yeah, well, hopefully we're just getting started. Hell yeah, Sit Rep 6 is with us. I pity the fool. Yeah, we even have a special rule for that, Bill. The literal B.A. Baracas, I pity the fool special rule. Because of course he does. He gets D12 plus 2 in close combat. Don't get in a fist fight with B.A. Baracas. It's not gonna. It will end in tears. Oh no, Jim's sound is cutting out a little. Is it just my headphones, or is the stream okay? Sound is okay here. Okay, good. Awesome. It was 3D4. Is there a 3D4? There really shouldn't be a 3D4 either, to be honest. Oh yeah, that is, okay, the 3D4 is incorrect. That should be 2D4. Cool. That's not like a sustained fire weapon. So yeah, okay, cool. Thanks for that, Gene. I definitely appreciate it. Usually locked up in a barn with an old school bus, set of welding tools, and remains of something armored. Yeah, there is a special weapon in the game that the team has put together on its gearing up montage. So Jim was asking if there was any aluminum in the special can rules. You know what? Just for fun, Yes, there is. They're never going to bolt that aluminum trash can to the side of his vehicle. So I'll tell you what we will do. Baracas' van gets a -1. Um, not save. Or -1. How am I going to put this? On the vehicle damage table. There.
Absorption. Deflection.
As long as BA is driving.
As long as BA is driving.
That was really cheesy. Which is what we're going for here. Oh no. Come on, there we go. Alright, so whenever we roll a on the vehicle damage table, which yes, BA's van will take fire. I can promise you that. He gets a -1 on this D10 roll. Okay, except I just kind of broke the system.
You don't have to do that. I was just
no. What we'll do is we'll roll D8. So instead of D6 for each small arms hit, we'll make it D8, and then you get a -1 bonus on that. Otherwise, it's literally impossible. Notice if it stays at D6, literally the game can never. I mean, even a regular vehicle, because no one has anything bigger than a D6 really. At least on the bad guys team. Okay, so small arms gets a D8 on this game, and nobody else really has any explosive weapons. All right, so I've rambled on enough. We have caught up with the special rules. We've caught up with the chat. We've talked about the objectives. I have also set up my villains. There are 3 vehicles. 1, 2, 3. Obviously, the vehicles and characters are not to scale with the game, clear or with the map board. There's where all the people are. There are 2 people at the front gate, but you don't have to go on the front gate. And yeah, it's up to you, Jen. Where you want to bring in the 18 van as we start turn 1.
Okay. Alrighty, let's see. The problem is there's a delay between what I can see on the big screen and what I'm seeing on your Skype
Okay,
screen.
well, go ahead and take a moment to let the stream catch up with you, and I'll do a couple more things in the chat. So Bill says to thank Tuffy for wishing him well. I might be able to jump in on some programming now that my schedule is calming down if there are opportunities. Jim is doing an awesome job with content. Thanks very much, Bill. I appreciate it. Who's really helping us kill it is Piotr. So if I've done anything right, if I've done anything right in my administration so far, it's getting some new talent on the team. So Piotr has been absolutely killing it. Don't get me wrong, Chris and Marty are still helping, especially with the convention coverage that we had recently, and of course with our bi-weekly Saturday podcasts. But Piotr has really been helping us out with a lot of really awesome content, especially miniature Team Yankee-based stuff. He's also the one who got me sort of turned on to 7 Days to the Rhine, which we are working on. I bought the game like 4 days ago. I finally finished reading the whole rulebook. Now I just have to wait for the dining room table to become available again and then build a table. So that might be going as early as next week. Something to do with 7 Days to the Rhine. But you guys know when you play with miniatures, physical miniatures, stuff does take time. So we are working on it.
Now you said he has to enter from any road hex, yeah?
Any road hex, yes. Now,
does dirt road count?
Yes.
Looking at that dirt road up to the right.
By the way, you can travel.
AA6.
You can totally enter from any way you want. But yeah, it's half speed off road.
Yeah. Well, there's that little dirt road, and I'm looking at AB and AA6, I think, if I'm looking at it right.
AA6 is way over here. Is AB5 is road hex. AB8 is a road hex. Yep.
Yeah, that dirt road that's heading right up to that first objective hex.
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to enter on that road.
Storm of Steel has joined us. That's awesome. Hello, Storm of Steel. All right, so all characters are assumed to be in the van, I'm assuming?
Yes.
All right, so first of all, before we get super into it, turn sequence. Determine threat level, we don't have to worry about that. Street events, ambivalent vehicle move. Well, you guys have objectives, so you guys are moving first. We'll go straight to operator vehicle move. Okay, here we go. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have a movement of 10 on road.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. This building kind of blocks line of sight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 so far. At U7, you become visible to these guys in this house.
Okay.
So I don't know what you want to do. So far, you moved 7 hexes. You've got 3 points left.
Can I move before U7 at U6? Can I off-road it and go around to the other side of the yellow hex? Like go down to
well,
V7?
so far you've moved 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You've only got 1 movement point left.
Okay.
Come on, VA Baracas. You better not be shooting up my ride, fool.
Let's see. Can I get to... I'm trying to avoid, like, go down and around so I'm not in line of those bad guys.
Well, you got 1 movement point left. You can your only legal move at this point is T5 or T6, which is, guess what? Fire.
Yeah. Oh, I was trying to get to that first T7 objective hex. Go down that way.
Okay, you said go to U6.
Hold on, I'm going to switch out my headphones. I keep losing your audio, and I know it's just me because everyone says the chat is fine.
So John says, I used to love the A-Team, watch it every Saturday night. Hell yeah, man. We've gone through all the lore a bunch of times, so I won't slow down the stream again. But basically, if you go by the actual characters I have included in this game, including villains, this episode, air quotes, takes place between seasons 1 and 2. Did Jim lose already? No, I'm sure I will. I'm playing the villains, and I'm up against the A-Team, so I'm supposed to lose.
Okay, sorry, I've been having some audio problems, and I switched out my headphones.
Okay, so V6, where are we headed? You've 7 objectives, so 7 hexes so far.
Can I move down to V7 and then U6 and be out of the bad guy's line of sight, or will I be in the bad guy's line of sight?
You'll be in the bad guy's line of sight, because once you move southeast of this line, see the buildings there?
Yeah.
That's how line of sight works. So once you move southeast of this line, you will be shot at.
Okay, then let's just do the A-Team straight on in.
Now you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 off-road, 9, 10. You'll still be shot at. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're still in range of everybody. So
nope. Let's go back up where we were and literally go straight across and straight at the bad guys.
At the bad guys, okay.
At the bad guys.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can park in this little cul-de-sac here.
Yep, that works.
Better not be tearing up my ride, fool. All right. Alrighty. So it's opportunity fire. It's -1. Give me just a second here, guys.
Oh, but unfortunately that's a yellow hex, so Murdock can't use his toy.
Well, you don't know if there's hostages in there or not.
I know.
Once you find out there are hostages in that hex, you can't fire the weapon at the hostages. Okay, so the villains are taking opportunity fire. Give me a second here. I want to make sure I do this right. Let's see here. Bear with me, everybody. Just a second. 5 people in a vehicle. Overruns and ramming. Oh no. Jen saw the ramming rule. That's not good.
No, this is not having blank one-way truck rental, so I'll be careful.
Symbol 5+ is always need to hit the vehicle, shoot and fire multiple dice. Alright. So there's a lot of fire in there. Now what's going to happen is they're going to all fire their opportunity fire now, and that's bad news at first. Good news is they're going to use up all their opportunity fire. So let's see, 2 + 2. Oh my god. +2 more. 2 + 2 + 2 more. I'm counting up the dice. 8 more, or no, 8 total. Holy crap, 8 D6s. There's a lot of assault rifles in there, and then 2 D4s. All right, I'm going to remember to roll the right dice this time. These dice that look like D8s, these are actually D4s. They're just numbered twice. All right, so they're going to fire everything. All these guys are just going to fire point blank into his hex. We're going to go ahead and you need a 5+ to shoot. Oh, so those D4s won't even penetrate. So yes, BA's van is semi-bulletproof. No, it always is. It always has been. If you guys remember the old 13 hours to 13 days or 13 days to 13 hours scenario that this system was originally developed for, those cars were basically, you needed at least an assault rifle to even have a hope. So I'm going to take out those 2 D4s. She will not take opportunity fire. She's going to wait. Even though she technically doesn't know that they're... You know what? Let me not be cheesy. She doesn't know that van is basically bulletproof. She's shooting at the tires or something. But she's basically wasting her fire now. These 4 assault rifle guys are all going to shoot. Here we go, guys. Oh no, wrong... Okay, I don't know what happened to my camera. I don't know why that went away. Okay, it's back. That was annoying. Probably when I turned on Skype. Skype tried to hijack the camera. All right, here I go with the fire. We need 5-ups to hit. Okay, a lot of bullets have hit BA's van. BA is already, his rage meter is already filled.
Oh no!
Okay, now we said D8s, so now I need a bunch of D8s. Oh no. D8s are a pretty rare dice. I thought I had more of them. Here's another one. Cool, here we go. D8s, again, subtract 1 from all these rolls. So that gets rid of a 3, that's nothing. A 1, that's nothing. A 2, that's nothing. This gets rid of a 7. Something happened.
Oh no!
So we go to the vehicle damage table, and that is a special rule for BA's van. He gets a -1 on the vehicle damage table. Because it's BA's van, man. It's awesome. However, it did take a hit. 7, vehicles disabled. Stop in hex, but all passengers are okay. They shot out his tires.
Oh no!
Alright, BA now gets a D12 plus 3 in close combat for the rest of the game. I'm actually...
Shut up my van, man!
Shut up my van, fool!
Fool, excuse me, I apologize.
Alright, so BA's van got his tires shot out. And that's all their opportunity fire. Nobody else can see you, there's buildings in all the way. And if they can, they're out of range. Alright, cool. So that takes care of their opportunity fire.
Well, that rots. I didn't want to lose the van that quickly. Oh well. That's what you get for a cinematic entrance.
The enemies do have cars.
Oh good, we might steal some of those then.
Because once you find the hostage, you got to get them off the table. Or defend them until Decker arrives.
Okay. So, I guess we are going to... Oh, do you have to announce if the hostages are in that hex?
You have not yet dismounted.
Ah, so I will dismount.
So, we are now done with operator vehicle move, operator pedestrian move. Cool, I get to put the counters on the map. This is why we don't play sit rep skirmish more often, because when I make these custom playing pieces, this stuff takes forever. Like 2 hours a piece. And, well, an hour a piece. So there's like 5 hours just in Photoshop just making these pieces. Because you can't really mass produce them like you can the bad guys. Okay, so again, we have, for people who are not with us earlier, we have Hannibal Smith, complete with cigar. Of course he does. We have Faceman with his perfect hair and his earth tones jacket, because face. We got Murdock with his leather jacket and his backwards baseball hat. Notice they are all carrying the Mini Ruger 14s. I mean Baracas, of course. Look at this badass. Okay, I've now dismounted, and I'm revealing there are no enemies, or there are no hostages in that hex.
I wish you hadn't. I was gonna say I was gonna have Murdock stay in the van
Okay.
in case there weren't any hostages, so he could fight. Because after this round, he's not going to be able to use that gun anymore because the van's.
That's true. It is attached to the van. So it's time for our gearing up montage to go ahead and take effect.
So Murdock is staying in the van so he can use his special rule.
Okay. They've already taken their opportunity fire. It's now operator operator. No interpreter checks, no medic checks. Operator, small arms. Okay, go ahead. Shoot.
Okay, Murdock is going to use his special kind of crazy.
Okay.
He said 3d10.
It's an insanely powerful weapon. You can only use it once.
Yep. Well, the van's broken down. I can only use it once.
There you go. Might as well use it now.
3d10.
Go for it.
A 5, a 6, and a 7.
So your best roll was a 7. Everybody in there has a d6 defense dice. I literally cannot tie it. All those characters are just automatically pasted.
Yeah.
And by pasted, I mean they all got like knocked onto their stomach, and the camera lingers on them just long enough to show that they get up and run away.
Well, they had to jump first. They all had to jump
that's
up
true.
into the air.
They have to randomly jump in an awkward direction because reasons.
Because 18.
Because 18. Is this where I realize I don't have an explosion marker on them? Ah, yes, I do.
Excellent. Well, that makes up for losing the van.
You took out one whole hex of enemies, yeah. So to answer questions in the chat, yes, this is originally designed by our own team, or by myself, play tested by a lot of members of our team. So there's the van smoking, sadly.
Ooh.
Send it back. Okay. A spare tire, it'll be fine. But right now, it's smoked.
Next mission, rescue BA's van.
There you go. Cliffhanger for next season. This was originally designed for when we did 13 hours to 13 days. 13 days to 13 hours. We recreated the 2012 Benghazi incident. It was obviously a much more serious setting, but it was in some ways pretty similar to this. A small number of super elite badass guys going through a town of pretty much a town in chaos. And we're not really using the rules in this episode particularly, but one of the things that 13 Hours did is it does like asymmetrical warfare in what I feel is a new way. Basically, it's what mood the battlefield is in. So this actually goes up and down. It depends on how much fire you've done, whether or not you're driving military vehicles on open streets, whether there are any explosions on the table. Pretty much that gets the crowd riled up and turns against you. The smart operator goes in stealthy, quiet, and it's a pretty neat little system. It took some playtesting to get it to work, but it eventually gets to the point where it's like, hey, you gotta keep things calm. Low impact, non-kinetic warfare is probably a better term than asymmetrical. And it also had interpreters, because as we saw in the movie 13 Hours, there was an interpreter. An interpreter can literally just run up to an enemy squad, and if he doesn't die, if he makes a roll, he can turn them into a ambivalent squad. Or if it's an ambivalent squad, he can turn them into a friendly squad. Basically, he throws stacks of $100 bills at them. And no, it works. It's welcome to modern warfare. It's half warfare, half crime. In a lot of places.
It's absolutely silly, but it goes along with the Roadhouse quote earlier. For the original sit at Skirmish, you be nice. You be nice until it's time to not be nice.
Yeah, there's definitely a huge, it is a pretty appropriate quote. It's a huge, part of the original mechanic was, you want to be quiet. It might not be nice until it's time to not be nice. You're allowed to kill silently in that game. There are rules for that. But you are quiet until it is time to not be quiet. Because once you're in an open city with already rioting and militia shooting at each other and you start setting off RPGs and laws and grenades, people notice and they don't take kindly to it.
But this is not that.
No.
This is the 1980s TV show, so you enter with an explosion.
There you go. We got the scene going right. So, I should say pedestrian move. Operator pedestrian move, interpreter checks, medic checks, operator small arms, militia small arms. Okay, the only people that can see you and are in range... Come on, mouse, you want to work. Let me triple check that. Through buildings, through this building... hell no, way too far away. Either can't see you, or is too far away, or already took opportunity fire, or are already eliminated. I won't say killed. Eliminated.
Knocked down.
John Sowerby says, yep, that was Saturday night. That's weird. Up in New Jersey on NBC, 18 was always on Tuesdays. But Saturday night, that's like the worst night. That's like one of the worst nights in television. But, okay. Maybe that was one of the later episodes or later seasons.
Trying to decide if they want to go for the car or if they want to head down to the yellow hex just south.
All right, so let me catch up with the chat and then start the new turn.
Okay.
Yes, we already answered some of these questions. It's a mod for Sit Rep Skirmish. Cool. Boom. Yep. Sounds good. Thanks. We should use this system for raid we should use this system to raid the subpens. Yeah, this could be used for a lot of stuff. We've used it for originally, like I said, 13 hours, 13 days. We've used it for a lot of serious stuff. We had a 2005 incident where a British Hercules went down and an SAS team was sent in to rescue them. Or not rescue them, I'm sorry, avenge them. So we did that, actual historical episode. We've done a bunch of historical, serious stuff with it. And then we've done a lot of fun stuff because, again, it was originally based to recreate essentially a Michael Bay movie, although take a serious slant on it. So it does have a definite cinematic quality. So we've done episodes from Narcos on it. We've done like 1989, 1993 Colombian cartel drug busts with it. We've done The Walking Dead with it. You bring zombies into this, it actually gets really hairy really fast. I literally haven't won with it yet. My people always get eaten. I don't know if the game is broken or if I'm not playing it right. I'm probably not playing it right. But yeah, you bring zombies into this, Sit Rep Skirmish gets scary quick. Especially when you get hit and you now only move at 2 hexes a turn on foot. And the zombies also move at 2 hexes a turn per foot. When you're moving at 3 hexes like your normal speed in this game, it's fine. But once you're moving the same speed of the zombies and they're coming in at you from multiple directions, you get entrapped with horrific speed. I've found. We've done clearing out a haunted Russian ex-Soviet bioweapons bunker with all kinds of... I was
going to say, we sort of did a Doom-like Resident Evil kind of Cthulhu thing.
Right? We're doing A-Team today. We've done Miami Vice, which I think was one of our best episodes so far. And what is in the works, it might be our next Halloween episode. I've got people lined up who already want to play it desperately. Get ready. Sit Rep Skirmish in Aliens.
Ooh.
With Hicks and Hudson and Ripley and that whole, basically make up all the Space Marines and a shit ton of xenomorphs.
Oh, I might be down for that.
That will probably be team play because I've had someone lined up to play that since literally last Halloween.
That would be an instance where you'd have to be quiet, have to sort of sneak around. You can't go in guns blazing.
Until it's time to start blazing, then it's like, oh shit, here we go.
Oh, so he watched it on Saturday in the UK.
Oh, okay, cool. That would make sense. So, okay, militia small arms we've done because no close combat yet because everyone else is already dead. No bleed out check, no victory check. All right, cool. We are now starting turn 2. I can't tell you how great it makes me feel, guys, when we get this kind of audience. This is like one of our better ones as far as audience goes. Game over, man. Game over, man. Alien, we may have a bunch of other people in there. Or maybe we'll run it more than once because people are lining up for that one. All you need is a Skype account, guys, and you can actually be one of the people that play in these games. Okay, so we start off with. Normally, this game has a threat level. Well, it's a 80s TV show. Threat level is already maximum. Hostile. Yeah. No worry about street events. There are no ambivalent vehicles, ambivalent pedestrians. Hostile vehicle move. Nobody's in the vehicles yet, so there's no no hostile vehicle move. Hostile pedestrian move. Okay, we heard that. We're not happy. Oh, wait. It's hostile vehicle move, and we're now on turn 2. Does Colonel Decker arrive?
Ooh, Jim's got to roll a 1.
Who knows who Colonel Decker is? You're not getting away from me this time, Smith. Nope, Colonel Decker is still some miles down the highway. That odds steadily ratchets up. I have to roll less than the number of the current turn. And sooner or later, he will show up. When he does, it ain't good. Those characters are dangerous.
Well, by turn 7, he has to show up.
True, by turn 7, even if he hasn't shown up by then. So, for people who weren't in the chat at the start, we have Decker. the MP, and all of his MPs. He gets a pretty boss roll with that pistol, although it's still a pistol, so he gets 1 dice, but it's a pretty big dice.
He has a revolver, not a pistol.
Yeah, and but it's a big one. So, and he's Decker, good old Lance the Gaul. But on top of that, all of his guys are soldiers. They're not elite, but they are trained, so they're better than Cutler's sleazeballs, but not as good as the 18. They're like that level 2. There's basically 3 levels in the game. And this guy, again, they have OKs, so they take wounds. Whenever a character takes a wound, there's a wound table, which for this particular scenario has been kind of nerfed because no one ever dies in the A-Team. At least the TV show, not the movie. So you can get hit and come back, or get hit and still participate in the game at a reduced capacity, as opposed to standard sleazeballs. I'm going to keep calling them sleazeballs because that's what Hannibal calls them. Sleazeballs. Well, in Miami Vice, it was chumps. It was chumps or slick. Now it's going to be sleazeballs.
Oh, Tuffy ears! Don't start.
Oh,
He's going to go for the next 40 minutes on that. Don't do it.
All right, sweethearts, what are you waiting for? Breakfast in bed? Another glorious day in the Corps. Day in the Corps is like a day on the farm. I was going to do the rest of the quote, but Tough Ears beat me to it. Every paycheck. Let me fact check it. All right, Tough Ears, you get 10 out of 10. You got it all right. Awesome. Only got the A-Team in the late 1980s satellite channel. It showed 6 weeks every day, or 6 days. Showed it at 6. Was that every 6 times a week? Oh, every weekday. I got you. At 6 every weekday. I've eaten a lot of dinners in their company. Hell yeah, man. Ben says I definitely want to see the Aliens game. See, now I got to do that.
You opened your mouth, Johnson.
No, people have been asking for that for a while. But that's going to be a special event. We're probably going to save that for next Halloween.
I'm letting you know in advance. You have to have a cat. I know it's aliens and not alien, but you have to have Jonesy the cat.
No, actually I don't, because she left the cat back on Earth. We have to pay attention to the lore, John.
Oh, that means you're going to have a newt then.
Yes.
Okay. And Hicks will still be alive.
Hicks will still be alive. That's right, the immortal Bill Paxton. Hudson will still be... No, wait, Hudson! Now you had me making the lieutenant's mistake. Hudson is... Hudson and Hicks will definitely both be there.
Okay, so bad guys are moving.
Yep. Let me make sure I move them the right number. 1, 2. Okay. Because moving slowly gives them somewhat of a... My mouse is crapping out on me. Hold on. There we go. It's a wireless mouse, and if the wrong thing is too close, it interferes with the Bluetooth signal. Which is a little annoying. And there goes my camera again. Oh, boy.
Well, we're okay for now. We're not rolling anything, so...
Okay, all villains have now completed their movement.
All right.
So now we go to friendly vehicle movement. There is none. Vehicle pedestrian movement.
Friendly pedestrian movement. Okay. How we can move? I'm sorry, I haven't my brain.
You move 3, but if you move 2, you get to take concealment. If you move 1, you get to take cover. If you move 0, you get to take cover and concealment.
1, 2. I can't get to the other hostage hex. Only going 2. I have to go 3.
What other hostage? Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Oh, do I split the team or keep them together?
Don't forget about your special rules.
I know.
You've already used Murdock's special rule. But...
I've already used Murdock's special rule. Face is sort of does it on its own. BA's special rule requires I get into a hex with bad guys. So
twice a game, Hannibal Smith lets you take double action.
Double action. Okay. All right. Let's head south to the T7 hostage hex.
All right.
I know if we move 2, we get conceal, but we're going to bolt. We're going to run.
Okay. So, This building blocks line of sight. How about this? 1, 2, 3. Now the line of sight cuts across that corner building to V7. Because you get double movement. Are you using double movement?
Yes.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
By doing that and not just heading straight down, you take better advantage of this building.
Okay.
So let me zoom out so you can see what I mean. In other words, if you move into T6, that building doesn't really help you because that line, if you go from center dot to center dot, it never really crosses the building that edges there into S6. However, if you flank southeastward a little bit, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're only visible technically in V7, and by then the angle is slightly different. Now that line clearly goes through S6. So by using a little bit of Hannibal's tactical knowledge and one of his special rules, you get to do that twice a game. This was one of them.
Yeah.
Okay, you wind up there. Now you moved 1, 2, 3. That was your first action. Second action, 1, 2. You only moved 2. That means you get the concealed bonus.
Okay, good. All right. And are there any hostages in this hex?
There are no hostages in Tango 8.
Okay.
Or technically Tango 7.
I know, but I gotta clear. Gotta keep the objective. Gotta find the hostages.
So now you know it's in one of those other 3.
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, so there's a building here clearly between you and them, so there's no fire there. You can't see them, they can't see you. Right now, nobody can see you. And you can't see anybody else.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get a piece here. If I don't already have one made. Give me a second, guys. Of course I don't have one already prepared. All right. Sorry about this. Give me 2 seconds to make a quick gaming piece. Make this brighter so we can see it better.
Thank you, Ron D, for the advice to not split the party. Normally I know not to, but also I'm trying to play like cinematic TV show versus smart gameplay.
Well, there are certain special rules like Hannibal's command tactics. His rule actually gets diluted if you split up the party.
Yeah.
Format the shape, yes. I want to give it a bigger arrow type.
Though at some point I'm going to have to send somebody off to get a vehicle. But for now, we'll stay together.
Alright, cool. Now I've got an actual piece. So, enemy movement phase. There's no blockage there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're just out of range, barely. Holy crap, look at that. Nobody can see you. I can see you now that you've gotten there, but you're concealed. So I can't shoot during opportunity fire. I can only shoot during my direct fire, which actually takes place after yours. And there's no line of sight there, clearly. So we've done with pedestrian movement. We now go to operator small arms fire. And yes, the game is deliberately designed to have operators shoot before. They move after enemies and they shoot before enemies. It is deliberately unfair because operators. No, it is. It's basically a cinematic game.
So I can't see those groups that are in the middle of the road because it's blocked by the building, but I can see that other group up north.
The group in Q9 you cannot see, blocked by this building here.
Okay.
The group here you can see.
Okay.
Because this solar panel doesn't block anything. Also, it's the 80s. I don't think there were solar panels. That car does not block line of sight. They're not shooting at you because they can't reach you, but you can reach them. Your range is 10. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
Your range is 10 hexes. Their range is 6 hexes. So that's why you can shoot at them and they can't shoot at you. And they can shoot at you. In fact, they will in about a heartbeat, but you get to shoot first. Okay. So it's whatever you want to shoot at.
Okay. Now, but since they haven't moved, they get cover and conceal, yeah?
They totally moved. They moved earlier in the turn.
Oh, they did? Okay.
You watched it happen.
Okay. All right. So, let's get to shooting.
Cool. All right, so who are you going to shoot at was my question like 5 minutes ago.
All righty.
You've got 2 real targets.
Let's just shoot at that one up there that I'm pointing out right now.
Quebec 4. All right, that's the one that can shoot at you. So that's probably a good That's probably a good thing.
Thin
So
him out.
Storm of Steel is taking off. Thanks very much, Storm, for stopping by. Storm of Steel, we definitely appreciate it. I've enjoyed watching this. Yeah, the whole thing will be up later on, probably tomorrow afternoon sometime. So check it out. Ron D has joined us. Hello, Ron. Don't split the party. Absolutely. I love it when a plan comes together. Today, I'm going to say I love it when a stream comes together because this isn't always easy. So this one's going pretty well so far. Cool. So, all right. Which guy is shooting first? The one simple thing about this game, everyone's carrying the same weapon, except for Amy. Everyone's got that mini Ruger 14 going.
Okay, then let's just start at 6 o'clock. The guy in the red shirt at 6 o'clock. We'll start shooting at him.
No, which character are you shooting?
Oh, is firing. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll start with Hannibal.
Okay, so Hannibal is shooting 2d10 at the
Yep.
guy in the red shirt. Okay, roll 2d10s. I will roll 1d6.
Okay, let me call mine so I can't cheat. I got at 5. Basically, I got 2 5s.
All right, cool. So a 5 or a 6 actually dodges fire. 4, he does not. He's toast. So he's
Okay.
ball number 1, knocked down. Okay, and again, because you're rolling 2d6, you can split your fire if you want.
Okay.
It still says d60. No, Alan does not get a d60. She's not firing a, what did I say, a 40k bolter or whatever, some ridiculously powered nuclear pistol. Oh, by the way, Alan, I don't think is in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yes, she is. So the range, guys, is usually the attack dice, is a simple way to look at it. Until you get into grenade launchers, shotguns, special weapons, the rule of thumb in sit rep skirmish is the class of the weapon, D10, which is based more on skill than, it's a combination of skill and ammunition type. Pistol, submachine gun, assault rifle, light machine gun, etc. So, cool. That takes care of Smith. Who's shooting next?
Face, and he's a little more showy, so he's gonna split his dice.
Okay. So roll 1d10.
1d10. He rolls a 4.
You missed. A tie is a miss.
Okay, then I guess he'll have to use his other shot on the same guy.
All right.
Better, 9.
I can't beat that. So Face knocks down another one. Okay. Going to Baracas, I take it?
Yep.
Baracas. Is he concentrating or splitting?
Nope, he's gonna split.
Okay.
First one is an 8.
I can't beat that.
Okay. And his second one, he's gonna shoot at the next guy.
Yep.
4.
Okay, I could potentially beat that one. Nope.
Okay.
All right, so there's only Murdock left, and the only guy left in there is the named villain of the show, Mr. Cutler, who is a character.
Oof.
He is a hero. He gets a D8, and if you hit him, he just goes to the wound table.
Okay. All right. Murdock is the only one left.
If Amy Allen kills the main bad guy, I'm gonna stop the stream.
Well, no, Murdock's left. Murdock has.
I'm just saying, watch Murdock miss and Allen score a lucky hit.
Okay, so Murdock is going to concentrate.
Okay, Murdock, go ahead. Well, yeah, there's only one character left in there, so.
He rolled a 1 and an 8. He rolled an 8.
He did roll an 8. Okay, I get 1d8. I dodge on an 8. A 5, okay. Technically, I have to roll for the 1-2, but I literally can't lose. Even if I roll a 1, it's a success. But that 5 did lose to an 8, so that means I go to the wound table. Roll a d6 on the new wound table.
D6 wound table.
Yep.
A 3.
Okay, that is a minor wound. So we go to the new wound table, because this game, this particular scenario, has its own wound table. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a 3. You said a 3, so that's a severe wound. Negative, so he's still in the fight.
Okay.
He is just now severely wounded.
So, Amy's gonna go for it.
Alright, D6.
Come on, Amy. It's 1d6, yeah?
Yep, because it's not an automatic weapon.
She rolls a 4.
Okay, and heading over. Oh, shit. 7. Missed.
Okay. So main bad guy is still left. All right, that's good. That's good. Cinematically speaking, he shouldn't go this quick.
All right, so that concludes. Doesn't quite conclude the turn. Operator pedestrian move. We already did that. Interpreter checks. Medic checks. Medic checks. Alrighty, here we go. Sweet. He's healed.
Aw, okay.
He packs himself up. He's not going down that easy. That was on the wound table, where we have, we said the wound table. So he was severely wounded. 5+ medical check equals just now a light wound. So technically he's taking a light wound, but it has no game effect. So this stuff is cumulative. Let me fix that. That shouldn't say okay. That should say LT for light wound.
So he's got a little cinematic blood on his sleeve.
He's got a Hollywood scar, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And these guys have all abandoned him. They've all taken just enough damage or been scared enough till they basically run away. Come back here, you sleazeballs. Nope, they're running away. Or they're knocked unconscious, or they're magically out of ammo, or whatever.
Okay.
Alright, that concludes the turn. We go to turn 3. And I will catch up with the chat.
Oh no!
What's the matter?
Tough Ears just announced that Michelle Nichols died.
Oh no, that just happened. Oh my god. That is a way to bring the stream down, Tough Ears. No, I'm just kidding. Oh no, that's messed up. Shit. I guess we'll see. Yeah. So that leaves just, let's see, George Takei is left. Shatner's gonna outlive us all. And Walter Koenig is left.
Shatner will be here for the aliens.
Yeah.
When they show up, Shatner will greet them.
I still like Shatner's, when Shatner went up into orbit and came back, his message to the flat earthers. He's like, I checked, it's round.
Shatner's going to greet them, and he's going to take his shirt off. It's going to happen. I know it is.
And it's going to be like, where's the hotties at? You better have some sexy Orion slave girls.
None of them are green. I'm so disappointed.
It doesn't matter what color they are. There was chicks of different colors. It's just they have to be hot. And by that, I mean 1960s hot. That's a whole different category. All
right. Let's go. What's next?
All righty. We're beginning turn 3, which means... Come on, Decker. They're about to wipe out the whole enemy force, so Decker better show up. Decker still does not show up. But he's getting closer. You're starting to hear police sirens. Because he always has his police sirens on, like announcing his approach. Okay, so we then go to hostile vehicle movement. There is none. Hostile pedestrian movement. They move 1, therefore they get the cover bonus. One, 2, 3. He falls back with the rest of his guys. I'm going to put him slightly off just to show that he does not get the cover bonus. Because he had to move 3 hexes to get there. Your cover bonus, guys, has nothing to do with the terrain you're in. The scale of this map, there's going to be good cover in every single hex. Even if it's only like a fold in the ground in these open desert hexes. It's about how fast you are moving. So if you're crawling on the ground, you're going to get good cover. If you're standing up running, doesn't matter if you're in a building, you just ran straight through a door or jumped through a window. Whereas if you crash through a building, or if you took cover behind a building, then you have the cover bonus. So long story short, and take your 10th shot, it has to do with the speed of your movement. So these guys all get the cover bonus. He gets nothing, even though he's in the same hex. And let's see, down here. Actually, I think they're going to fall back.
Well, they've seen what happens when you mess with the 8 team.
Well, I'm trying to defend the remaining objective hexes. I was going to catch you in a pincer, but then you wiped out one of the pincers, so it's time to flee.
That's because I have Grunschlick advising me.
Oh no, they don't know who that is. It's a plush toy. Everyone, don't get any weird ideas.
It's a plush hermit crab, to be specific. If anyone knows pincers, it's him.
Okay, so what are we talking about here? He's going to smooch the aliens. That's right, man. 60s hot beehives and pointy bras. You'll put an eye out with those things, girl. Be careful. 60s
and
hot will
size
do
6 or 8 was considered hot, not size 0.
Yeah, I will. You know what? That is a fitting social commentary. Yes. Not that people should be classified by their body size or anything like that. But I tell you what, man, this whole heroin chic thing, size 0 or size 2. I can count your ribs from 20 paces. That's never ever been my jam, ever. All right, so we now go to. He moved 3, so they get nothing. We already took care of all their terrain bonuses. Oh, the guys at the front gate. I forgot to move them last turn, so I'm going to move them twice now. There you go. I'll just stick them in that same X. Cool. So that takes care of. There's no vehicle. There's no friendly vehicle movement because you're not in a vehicle yet. So we go to friendly pedestrian movement.
All right.
I would probably save that second Hannibal magic move for if Decker shows up.
Yeah.
If Decker captures you, that's about the only way you can actually lose this game.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out, do I want to go up around north to that objective hex, or keep going south to the other objective hex? Looks like there's more cover going north.
Cover doesn't matter. Oh, you have to talk about buildings to block line of sight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because if I go south, it's wide open.
Ron D says the only ribs I like are spare ribs from the barbecue. Sir, that was the correct answer.
And I like spare ribs from the barbecue, which is why Jim is fine with me, because there will be no ribs in this adventure.
I've never seen Jen's ribs, no, except the ribs that she has on the plate. It's all good.
All right, so let's go. Let's go towards the southern objective hex N6.
Ron is suggesting Tango 9, but it's up to you.
Tango 9.
Down here by this building. And you were saying what? Something 6?
Oh yeah, no, going towards that objective hex, the N6. Okay, yeah, I will go. Oh, and then I would have line sight. Good suggestion, Ron. Thank you. I will go to that building, Tango 9.
Okay.
And then I'll have.
That
line
is
sight.
actually you know what? That is actually a pretty good suggestion, because here's what happens when you're in Tango 8. You are blocked. You are screened, I should say, by building barely. You see how it goes right down the spine?
Yep.
You are screened by building in hex Sierra 8. And then by the time you get into Tango 9, you're already in a building. Not that that really matters. But by only moving 2 hexes, you're still concealed.
I still get my conceal, but I can also target that objective hex.
Yep.
So.
And they can target you. When you move into Tango 9, they will take opportunity fire on you. Because now I can see you.
Okay. But
Couple of things. I have to subtract 1 from my die roll because it's opportunity fire. Opportunity fire versus pedestrians, it's always -1 to the attacker because the guy is moving. And I get to add 1 to your defensive fire because you have concealed. You only move 2 hexes. You are ducking and moving more slowly, but taking advantage of the terrain that is in hexes Tango 8 and Tango 9. However, so it makes sense for me to wait and take my fire during my normal opportunity, my normal direct fire phase, but by then I'll probably all be dead. Because you shoot first. And those guys had to move 3 hexes to get there, so they have no cover. They're basically standing around outside the building. They're just getting into the building. is why they, even though they're in a building hex, again, your cover status in this game does not matter about the terrain you're in. I know that sounds kind of weird, but it's based more on doctrine and how fast you were running to get there. You can be in a building hex and have no cover. You can be on the roof of the building waving your dick around saying, come shoot me. Just because you're in a building does not give you automatic protection. That's one thing I always hated about war games. It's what you're doing in the hex. I mean, we see like cars, like the real scale of these hexes. Even in this open parking lot hex, there's cover. There's a car there, there's bushes, it's if you use it. You can flatten out behind one of those parking concrete slabs. You'd be surprised how much cover that'll give you. I'm actually not kidding.
No, Ron D just made a comment. Bad guys? Sense?
I'm just trying to group them all together. I know he doesn't have any more explosive weapons, and the only way I'm ever going to wound anybody is if I get lucky. I have to mash as many dice as I can together at once and just blast some fools. So, anyway.
You're right, though, Ron D. In an 80s TV show, bad guys had absolutely no brains at all, except for the main bad guy, but that only lasted until he decided to monologue.
Yep, and what I'm really waiting for is for Decker to show up. When Decker shows up, the tone of this game is going to change dramatically. As you can tell, obviously, anyone who's watching us, Jen is wading through these villains. Because it's the A-Team versus Sleazebag of the Week. So, yeah, if the game is not unbalanced, or it is unbalanced, but it's deliberately so. Okay, so we're going to take our opportunity fire, even though it's practically hopeless. Alright, first guy, white t-shirt, 2d6. It doesn't matter to me. In fact, I'm going to roll it randomly, just for fun. I'm not shooting at Amy, because you never shoot at women in 80s TV shows. 2, I am shooting at Murdock. Okay, so number 2, 2d6, Murdock. I have to subtract 1 from my die roll. You roll a d10, add 1 to the result.
Roll a d10, add 1. Check. Hold on, let me roll. I rolled a 9, add 1 is a 10.
See, that counts as a 5. That could have actually hit somebody. But she got a really good roll on her thing. So, no, I didn't get it. Next person. Blue t-shirt, AK-47 assault rifle. I get a 3. Again, everyone, I'm subtracting 1 from all my rolls.
I got a net 6.
Nope. Okay, next, red shirt AK guy. 5.
Okay, let me go first. No, okay, I was going to say, let me go first.
Just go.
Okay, 10.
Okay.
I'm using up all my good rolls now.
Oh, that's okay. I just used up all my good shooters. The only guys I have left now are pistols. Pistols and 1 pistol, 2 submachine guns. All right, so submachine gun, white shirt, 2d4. I get a 2.
Ooh.
You have to literally roll a 1.
I rolled a 3.
Oh, your 3
net
becomes
3.
a 4. A net 3.
No, it was a net 3.
A net 3. I rolled a net 2. So that one came close.
Yeah.
So one of these days I'm going to get lucky. Submachine gun, or technically an AKSU carbine, 2d4 camouflage shirt, brown pants. You can't.
6.
You literally can't lose to that one. And then pistol, white t-shirt, 1d4. Never mind. He forgot to
10.
load his weapon. Yeah. Okay, so we've taken opportunity fire. Now, we go now to your regular fire. Because blocked by the...
Okay. All right.
Smith,
so
Smith 2d10. Is he splitting up his dice roll?
Yes, he's going to split up his dice roll. He wants to get this quick. He can psychically hear those sirens coming.
Which one is he shooting at first?
So, he is going to shoot at jeans and white t-shirt.
Okay, 2d4. Got it. Go ahead, roll 1d10 because you're splitting your fire.
Let's see, a 3 and a 8.
Okay, the 3 missed and the 8 I can't beat. So he's knocked down.
Okay.
Alright, next character, Peck, Templeton Peck. Who I just learned in some versions of the canon, his first name is actually Arthur. I never knew that. Arthur Templeton Peck is his actual name. That's weird. I've never heard that in the show.
Interesting.
Anyway.
Neither have I.
So is he splitting his
All right,
dice?
so, yes, he's going to split. The first one, he rolls a 6.
Name the character, please. Who are you shooting? Yeah, who are you shooting at? There's different weapons in that hex.
Red shirt.
All right.
Sorry, red shirt.
You rolled a modified 6.
I
Oh,
rolled a 6. Well, there's no modification. It's just a 6.
other guy.
And the other guy, I rolled a 5. He might survive it.
I do not.
Okay.
All right, Murdock.
Murdock. He is also going to split. First one, he rolls, only a 4.
Oh, he actually survives that other character.
Okay. He rolls a 6.
Murdock missed. So I rolled a 6, and
Murdock!
tie is always
Well,
a miss. All right.
Murdock can take out an entire hex on
do
his
we
own.
do
BA?
do we do Baracas? Okay, go ahead.
Nope. BA. First one is only a 3. BA. He's still pissed about the van.
He got him though.
Okay.
Next character.
And then his second shot. At the next one, we'll just go in the circle. He rolled a 6.
Oh man. All right, Amy. 1, 2, 3,
Amy.
4, 5, 6. Barely in range. 1d6.
1d6. She rolls a 4.
And roll a 5. You missed.
Okay. So thinned it out. Didn't clear it out, but thinned it out. That's good.
So this is good. This shows how imbalanced, which is it's supposed to be this way, how imbalanced the game is. Because what Jen has to go to all these hexes, I know exactly where she's going. I know where to defend. I know she can't play any surprises on me. And there is a pretty powerful force coming in. It depends on when I roll that magic number, and Decker shows up. And pretty much incapacitating one character is a win for the bad guys. If one named character pretty much, i.e. dies or gets incapacitated, now you have to carry him around. Your entire team is slowed down to 2. And on top of that, that's pretty much considered a bad episode of the TV show.
Yeah. Well, also the longer it takes, the higher the odds Decker shows up. So I got to go fast.
Yeah, you're also on a clock. Yeah. At the same time, yeah, you've really got some hella combat advantages. Which, again, if you go back to original 13 days to 13 hours game, yeah, you had to reach that ambassador's compound like fast, and the enemies know where it is, and they can literally just camp around it, and then you gotta shoot your way through it. It gets tough. Okay, so that concludes. Here took his opportunity fire. He is out of range and blocked by a building. There's nobody wounded. That concludes the turn. We go to turn 4.
Do vehicles block line of sight at all?
Nope, we already kind of went over that.
Okay.
Nope.
Just want to make sure.
Now, if you're in a vehicle, you get hit differently. So being in a vehicle can give you some kind of protection. But these are extremely light vehicles. They're not like combat vehicles of any kind. But to shoot through a vehicle, no. I mean, we see how big a car really is. See these cars in the photograph? Yeah. That's how big. Those are shipping containers. These are actual cars. So the cars, the game pieces, that's like not really the size of the car. It's really more like that. But clearly, you wouldn't be able to play the game that way effectively. Of course, the people are way too big. So now it's first thing we got to do is vehicle. First thing we got to do is we're now on turn 4. 3 or less. Police sirens getting louder. Here he comes. Decker is inbound.
God, damn it! I wanted one more round.
You're not getting away from me this time, Smith. Dun,
Damn it,
dun, 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 dun. All right, so vehicle, villain. He's not really a villain, but antagonist. Vehicle movement is first. Well, hold on. Let me just move the cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can't actually play the 18 villain music because I'll get a copyright hit. All right, any opportunity fire on the first police car coming down the road?
Oh, no. They like shooting at cops.
It's Decker.
But I
You
guess
want
they
to
can
shoot it?
shoot. I know, they can shoot at the car.
So, yes or no?
Yes.
All right, cool. You're within range for all weapons. So, you can just kind of mash it all together. You roll a bunch of dice at once. You don't have to, of course, shoot everything if you don't want to. Basically, you roll the number of dice that you've got there.
Okay, not everyone. 2 guys are shooting, and then the other 3 will wait for later.
Okay, so which 2 guys? We'll say Smith and Baracas since they're closest.
Yep. Smith
All
and
right,
Baracas.
Smith and Baracas open fire on the first MP car coming down the road. Okay, you roll a total of 4 d10s. Anything higher than anything 5 or higher. It's easy to hit a car. I know it's opportunity fire, folks. You don't suffer the -1 penalty when shooting at vehicles for opportunity fire. Do you literally not hear me speaking?
And a 2, but
Do you literally not hear me speaking? I'll start over. You don't have to suffer the -1 penalty, everyone in the chat, when taking opportunity fire against a vehicle. Oh, we literally did lose Jen. Hello, Jen?
sorry, are you there?
Yes. I thought you
Okay,
were interrupting
sorry.
me.
Yeah,
You
I
literally
heard you
cut.
talking in your room, but I had nothing over my headphones. I'm sorry.
All right.
I had a 7, 8, and 9, and
Okay.
a 4.
Literally none of that matters because I was in the middle of a sentence, but it wasn't your fault. You got cut off
sorry.
from Skype. All right, so keep those rolls though. It's a 5
Okay.
plus, but again, for people in the chat, the normal -1, because this has come up before, I want to make sure we get it right. The normal -1 opportunity fire penalty does not count for vehicles. Vehicles are bigger than people. They're easier to hit, especially when moving. Vehicles are usually moving. So, anything 5 plus. How many did you get 5 plus over? Just
3.
number of successes. 3? Okay, so that's 3 d8s on the vehicle damage table.
3 d8s. Check. All right. 1, 2. I've only got 2, so I'll roll 2 and then 1 again.
All right.
So I rolled a 3,
Yep, nothing.
a 1,
Nothing.
and a 7.
7. Vehicle disabled, stop in hex, all passengers are okay. So pretty much you shut out the grill and the tires. It does not do the cannon roll. However, it is tire shot out, it spun out into a ditch. The vehicle is out of the game. Everybody is in the vehicle. Everybody comes out okay. So that is sent to back. Cool. Dun, 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 dun. Here comes the other. Oh, I gotta get those guys in there. Or they bail out of the car.
Dang it, now they're close to where I wanted to go. Though that's okay, because they can rescue the hostages.
That is technically true. Once they get within 1 hex of a potential hostage hex, they're considered safe because now they're in government custody.
So that's the only good thing.
Down the road comes the other car. Ooh, there's no road up there. Oh yeah, there's a dirt road here. 1, 2, 3, 4 off road. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Quebec 7. I got you this time, Smith. You can't see me because there's a building in S8. I don't think Lance Legault ever said that line, but he says it now.
Oh, but do they take fire from the bad guys?
If they're ever within, what did I say, 3 hexes? Within 3 hexes of a Cutler figure. They are within 1, 2, 3. They are not within 3 hexes. Oh, they are within 3 hexes of a Cutler figure. This one guy might make all the difference. Alright, let's see what happens. A 5, a shootout begins. They see the police, they start shooting at the police because stupid villains. That is 2d4. Opportunity fire versus vehicles, no -1 because it's a vehicle. It's a pistol, he literally can't shoot. However, now that he's triggered, so to speak, my villains are going to kill somebody, damn it. Or not kill somebody, defeat somebody. Nobody dies in the 1980s A-Team show. No line of sight blockage. That's just solar panels. So, oh man, Decker's gonna get fired up by Cutler. All right, Cutler's got 2d8s. Oh, there's a bunch of pistols in there and submachine guns. They can't even hurt that car. And 2d6s. All right, here I go. So it's this assault rifle and that assault rifle. 2d8s, 2d6s. I literally almost just rolled those d4s again. All right. I made that mistake like 20 times during the Miami Vice stream. All right, here we go. Oops. No hits. All right, that was these two characters. Even when the bad guys shoot at each other, they can't hit shit. What the hell, man?
You designed perfect 80s bad guys.
Yeah. All right, so now they will go ahead and dismount. And that is where Decker himself is.
Damn.
Decker finally catches somebody. Garber. I love it when a plan comes together. Season 2, Episode 5. There's always a catch. That's the one where they have to fight the lobster pirates.
I was just thinking that.
Because 18. Okay, villain pedestrian move now. Not moving. They are where they need to be. They will take cover and conceal. Now they're going to be tough to hit. Because now they're dug in like an Alabama tick. Wrong 80s movie. I don't care.
Appropriate, similar mentality, though. Except that had a whole lot of people die in it, but...
Okay, next we go to operator gunfire.
Not operator movement?
Oh, sorry. There's no operator vehicles, operator pedestrian movement, if you want it.
Yes, but no. No, but yes. Damn it. I need to progress towards objective hexes, but I'm sort of in between. Damn.
It's almost like there's another player in the game who doesn't want you to win.
I know. What kind of shit is this? This is supposed to be easy. Damn, Decker made it on too soon. I was hoping to get at least one more objective hex before he made it on.
What really kind of screwed you up was you lost the van on turn 1.
I know that.
You're not supposed to be walking around this field. At least not at this stage.
No, that really slowed me down. That's okay. That's okay. We'll figure it out. I could run to the other cop car and try and take that.
You gonna steal a cop car? Hey, they've done it before. The Chinese laundry episode, they stole a cop car from inside of the police station. And they're trying to get away from the police. I'm like, you guys know those cop cars have, like, trackers in them, right? Even back in the 80s, I'm sure they had something. Radio.
I really am at a complete loss. I can't just charge straight ahead because I'm in a pincer between two sets of cars that have better range. I can't get to that objective hex down there.
Try S8. S8, you only move 2 hexes, so at least you still get conceal. And you can open fire straight into Decker's team. Again, you won't kill them, but you'll pin them down.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ignore objective hex for right now and just try and thin out bad guys.
Well, the good news is there's no longer any reason to rush. Especially now that Decker and Cutler are shooting at each other.
That's true. They've engaged. The fire is split.
The only one in a real crossfire is Decker. Decker is in a shit position right now. He's screwing you up. I kind of put him there to screw you up at the same time. Now that a firefight's broken out between him and the villain of the week, it is he's in a bad spot, man.
Okay.
Decker. He never was a tactical genius in the show.
All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and go back up to S8. 1, 2.
With everybody?
Yeah.
Don't forget, you still have one.
Double move.
Yep.
What if, let me see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could I make it? Okay. I was going to try and... No, we're going to save it. That's fine. We're going to do that for right now.
All right. You're still concealed?
Yeah.
And now we do operator fire.
Now, 2 have already fired, right?
Yep.
Because they shut out that cop car.
Yep.
Okay, so 1 is going to try and take care of that last bad guy in N6 in the house.
All right, so that was Baracas and Smith have already fired with opportunity fire. Peck is going to try and snipe out that last dude. He has a D10. However, the enemy now gets to roll twice, take the best result, and add 1 to that. I get cover and concealment.
Yep, he's concentrating on him.
All right, go ahead.
His highest is a 7.
I could technically tie that. I did not. Almost. That becomes a 6, which means I did not tie it. Your 7 does beat it.
Okay.
Yeah, once they're covered and concealed, it becomes actually a lot more difficult to knock them down.
Okay, so that's Peck. Now I've just got Murdock and Amy. I don't know.
Well, think of something because we have to keep the stream going.
Yep, sorry. Okay. Can Murdock hit the bad guys on the other side of Decker?
Yes. Like I said, vehicles never block line of sight.
No, I know. I just wanted to make sure the range was good.
Oh, well, it's within 10. We already discussed his range was 10.
All right, so Murdock is going to shoot at the bad guys on the other side of Decker.
Okay, 2d10. Which guy are you shooting at? Because there's many villains in there with different powers.
He is
different,
Murdock.
Different stats.
He is going to just shoot at
Cutler?
Yeah. He's going to go after Cutler.
Are you sure Cutler gets 2d8 for defense dice and he gets to add 1 to his result?
All right, then let's go.
I mean, you can, but it's just going to be tough. You have to roll well.
No, let's go to the next highest powered guy in the hex.
There's one assault rifle guy in there. And again, that 3d4 is still in there. That should be a 2d4.
Okay, let's do the other assault rifle guy.
Yep, I know. I'm just fixing a typo. All right, 2d6. He gets 2d6 and adds 1 to his best result. All right, go ahead and roll both your d10s.
His highest is a 7.
My highest is a 6. So, yeah, you knocked him down.
Okay. Amy cannot hit anything in that hex.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, she can. She has to get absurdly lucky.
Let's try it.
She rolls 1d6. I get to roll 2d6 and add 1 to my result. So the odds are against it.
All right. Let's see what she rolled a 6, a natural 6.
She hit somebody.
Yay! Her first hit of the game.
There you go. Because she's Amy, she gets to shoot at women. So there was one female bad guy in the hex. We did have a little bit of a chick on chick action, a little bit of a cat fight.
That's how it has to go. Yeah.
Guys are not allowed to shoot at women, but women can. So that actually makes sense. That's the only reason we had Amy in the game, because otherwise there would be one invincible bad guy on the table. No one's allowed to shoot at her for some reason. Every time I go to fire at her, the clip falls out of my weapon. I don't know why. Okay, so that's everybody.
That's it.
Cool. Here come the villains. Decker, 1d8. Shooting at who else? Hannibal Smith.
Of course.
I told you I was going to get you, Smith. Yeah, with an 8, he means it. Now, you are concealed. You get to add 1 to your dice.
And I'm rolling a d10?
Yep.
Okay. D10, add 1 to my dice.
Yep.
I rolled an 8. So
Comes
add 1
a 9.
makes a 9.
You missed. Or he missed.
Okay.
Cool. Then, a bunch of other guys. Oh no, my phone battery's about to die. All right, here we go with, let's see. We have 3 shooters in there. They're going to go. First one's at Murdock.
Murdock
5.
Murdock rolled a natural 10.
All right, so Murdock's safe. Here comes next dude. shooting at face.
Face
Remember,
rolls
add 2.
at
Oh,
2.
no. Sorry, that's a -1. It faces a special rule. It's -1 if he does get hit for wound.
Okay. So, face rolls a 5 plus 1 is 6.
All right, I rolled an 8. Face is taking a hit.
No!
Finally, a member of the A team's been hit. Oh no! D6 on the wound table that I'm rolling. However, I have to subtract 1. This is Face's special roll.
Okay.
5 becomes a 4. It just saved him from being incapacitated. He is now severely wounded.
Oh no!
Now, normally that roll would have just knocked him out of the game. And basically won the game for the villains. You see how fast that was, guys?
Yeah.
Once the enemies, it becomes an actual gun battle. It gets tough. Alright, there's 2 shooters left. No, 1 shooter left. I've shot at Hannibal, Face, and Murdock. The last guy is going to shoot 2 dice at Baracas.
Okay.
The bullets bounce off his gold chains. He's safe. Alright, next. Just kidding. Yeah, pretty much. The bullets bounce off his gold chains. 2 and 1. We'll look at the MP's roll.
Yeah.
The bullets literally bounce off of his gold chains. I warned you, sucker! I've been shooting at my shit. He wouldn't say that. Alright, let me plug my phone in here before it dies. Alright, cool. So, whoop. Alright, so now we are going to go to, let's see what's next.
Bad guy movement or
Bad
fire?
guys have already moved, Jen.
But what
Where were
about
you?
the...
They did not move. That's why they're covered and concealed.
Okay.
All right, we have to pay attention to the rules here. All right.
The other bad guys to the north, are they going to fire?
I'm looking at them now, Jen. You see me
Okay.
moving there? Oh, actually, there's a little bit of a delay. They fired. Technically, these guys can also fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. Here comes some more guys. Again, Hannibal's first. D10 plus 1.
8 plus 1 is a 9.
You got it. Baracas.
7 plus 1 is an 8.
You got it. Murdock. Uh-oh.
8 plus 1 is a 9.
You got it. And Peck.
Peck is wounded, so do I have to minus 1?
Nope, because that happens at the end of the turn.
Okay. Peck rolled a 6 plus 1 is 7.
Boom, I hit him again.
Oh, damn it.
2 becomes 1, no effect.
Okay.
Because again, Peck has a special rule. Don't mess with the face. Whenever I roll on the wound table, subtract 1 for Peck, because he's just too pretty. The bullets just curve around him. So now he's got a sexy scar too. He'll use that to his great effect after the episode. He's trying to hook up with what did I name her? Lucy McGoodfolk. Yeah. Oh, face, you look like you're in such pain. Oh, it's terrible, dear. I don't know what else to tell you, but Alright, yeah, these guys are going to open fire, but again, there is a fire now. There is a gun battle now between the bad guys and the other bad guys. So, 2d8 Cutler versus 1d8 Mr. Decker. Cutler. Decker. Decker's been hit. Decker's been hit twice.
No!
I warned you, Smith. Now all the bad guys are shooting at me. And they're both nothing, because Lance the Galt just grimaces and the bullets fall off of him. He's fine. Then we got 2 D4s and 2 more D4s. They're shooting at one of the MPs. So I'm going to shoot a total of 4 D4s. Again, these are D4s, folks. They're just numbered twice. They're easier to handle. Alright, so... Actually, I should... That. Alright, so the first guy... He's fine. His 4 beats both of those 3s. And this 5 beats that 4 and that 1. So... Okay, the bad guys, the villains of the week, the sleazeballs, shot at the MPs and did no damage.
Okay.
Although technically, the actor, Colonel Decker, was hit. But again, he's just like, bitch, please.
He attended the Chuck Norris School of Absorbing Damage.
Lance the Galt was a badass villain on TV back in the 80s, man. He was in
know.
Airwolf. He was in Airwolf more than once. He was in obviously 18 for like 3 seasons.
It was the voice.
Your little protection scam cuts about as much ice with me as it does with him. Like this weird, angry southerner, I guess was his accent.
Yeah.
Okay, on to turn 5. Because there's no... Oh, technically, roll a d6 as high as you can.
D6 as high as oh yeah.
Let's see if Face can come back.
Come on. 5.
That does it. He's now lightly wounded.
Okay. Woo. If not, I was going to use up Hannibal's second action to roll another healing.
Well, that's a weird time to use it, but yeah, that would technically be legal.
Well, because if I didn't, then the game's pretty much over.
Well, yeah. I mean, we still continue to play, but at the end when we're figuring out who won, it's pretty much... At least it's a tie. I mean, if you do everything right and you get all the successes, but one character is basically going to miss the rest of the season because he's in rehab, that's a weird episode.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay, so that's fixed.
All right, so we go to villain, pedestrian. We don't have to worry about making rolls now because we know he's already on the table. Villain, vehicle move. No one's in a vehicle. Everyone's dismounted. Villain, regular move. They are going to root in place. They're taking cover behind their cars, and they want those bonuses. They want those bonuses. Okay, villain, fire. Oh, sorry, good guy movement. Hero movement. There's no one in a vehicle, so we go to pedestrian movement.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go. Oh, fudge. Fudge, fudge, fudge. Can I go?
Just keep shooting. If you stay
Okay.
put, you get cover and concealment. Or break off, or charge. You've really only got 3 choices.
Okay, that's true. I was trying to get to another hostage hex, but I will just keep shooting at the bad guys. I will shoot over Decker
Well,
at
remember,
the bad guys.
remember the rule. If you knock out the last of the villains, you can leave.
Oh, that's true, because then Decker can round up the...
Yep.
Okay, yep. I had forgotten about that rule. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so I will continue to shoot at the bad guys, not
Okay.
the MPs. I'm trying to play it real. They didn't like shooting at MPs, you know?
They would shoot at their cars and blow out their tires and stuff like that. And again, with the wound table, you're not going to kill anybody.
Yeah.
You're pinning them down. You're chasing them off. Defeating
Okay.
them through gunfire without actually hitting them.
Hannibal, concentration of firepower on Cutler.
Okay, Cutler gets 2d8, and he adds 1 to his roll. So he has cover and concealment.
9.
Boom, you hit him. Roll a d6.
D6.
Did you get 1 9 or 2 9s?
I got a 9 and a 7.
All right, your 7 does not beat that 6, which becomes a 7. So you only get 1d6.
1d6, got it.
Yep.
4.
4 is a severe wound. He's already lightly wounded. He is now incapacitated.
Woo!
Unless he makes a medic check, and he gets 1 chance at that.
Okay. All right. So, that is Peck.
Yep. No, that was Smith.
That was Smith.
Yep.
All right, so now we'll go to Faceman.
Yep.
Who's cranky because he was shot. He is also going to concentrate firepower on the other guy.
This tie was Italian silk. Now there's blood all over it.
He's shooting at the other guy.
Okay, he's shooting at, well, they're both D4s, so it doesn't matter. All right, 2d6s. I have to add, I get to add 1 to my result.
6 and 7.
Okay, he's knocked out.
Okay. And is the chick still left, or did she get knocked out?
No, there's still this guy here, 2d4.
Okay. Then, in that case, Murdock will shoot at him.
2d10 versus my 2d6.
7 and 2.
Okay, he's also knocked out.
Okay.
That leaves, let's see, Baracas hasn't fired yet, and Amy hasn't fired yet.
Okay. So, is there a way to shoot at Cutler again so that he goes below? In other words, even if he heals, he won't come back?
Yes.
Okay, so then that is what Baracas is going to do.
2d10.
Not so good. A 5 and a 7.
I wound up with an 8 and a 6, so I would get a 9. So you did not get a 9 anywhere, did you?
No, I got a 7.
Technically, you would need a 10, so no. All right, Amy is in range. Make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She just has to get absurdly lucky.
Let's see, she might. 6. She rolled a natural 6 again.
What? 3 and 1. Amy is the one who actually wins the battle.
Yes! Yes!
Oh no! All right, so now he's beyond incapacitated. So even if he makes a medic check, which he's incapacitated, he can't make his own medic check. There's no one else with him in the hex. Before, when he made a medic check on himself, he was not incapacitated.
Correct.
So that pretty much becomes the end of the villains.
To be fair, Hannibal knocked him down. Amy just got the last shot.
You know why? Because earlier in the episode, there was a scene where he came on to Amy in an inappropriate way.
Yeah, he might have groped her. She might have been masquerading as like a waitress somewhere, and he grabbed her butt.
I'll teach you. Take that, patriarchy.
Okay, now I just have to run to the other car before Decker gets me, so we can leave.
Yeah, well, now the bad news is there are no other bad guys for Decker to shoot at.
Shooting at Decker, yeah.
So now we have to finish the turn. Now Decker takes the rest of his fire action, and all the other guys are shot down. He doesn't know that. He does know that. So, all right, here we go. Get ready. Get your best D10 out. Get your best D10. I told you Decker was going to be dangerous.
I just have to survive this round because I've got his double movement.
Yep.
I can shoot up, get to the car, and drive away.
That's absolutely
Just
correct.
have to survive this.
You can get adjacent to the car with a movement, and then, yeah, that's it. You're out. With this car, you literally flee. Cool.
Yep.
All right, here we come.
Okay.
First, Decker himself
Yep.
will open fire
Yep.
on Hannibal Smith.
So I add 1, correct?
You roll your D10 twice
Okay.
and add 1, which reminds me I should fix this.
All right. So the highest roll I made was a 7, so I get an 8.
All right, cool. So, yeah, easily. Again, now that you're hedgehogged in position, it's going to be really hard to hit you. But a lucky roll, you never know. All right, MP number 1 is shooting at Peck. Hell no.
9.
MP number 2 is shooting at Murdock.
9.
MP number 3 is shooting at Baracas. Uh-oh.
8.
Modified 8?
No, modified 9 and modified 9 and modified 8.
Okay, well, give me the modified number, please.
Modified 9.
All right, cool. Next. That's that squad up there. These guys down here, same thing. First, Hannibal.
Hold on, your audio cut out. I can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you fine.
Okay, all right. Now
All
I
right.
can hear you again.
This is Southern MP team shooting at Hannibal.
Hannibal, modified 10.
Sweet. Next. Oh, God. This is for face. Yep.
Modified 11. He's pissed.
Oh, God, they're getting worse. They're firing blanks. Murdock.
Just so you know, I'm rolling things like 9 and 1, 10 and 1, just so you don't think I'm cheating.
Let's go.
Face, modified 10. 2 10s. 2 modified 10s.
And last but not least, Baracas.
Baracas, modified 9.
Cool. All right, so that was everybody shooting, and now we get to turn 5. Turn 5, you use your second Hannibal A Plan Comes Together roll.
Yeah. For movement, and then movement.
1, 2, 3. Now there will be some fire here.
Yeah.
All right, and you're in the open.
Yeah.
So, my last chance to actually wound somebody first. Lance, or I keep calling him by the actor's name. Decker versus Hannibal.
Now I still roll 2d10, but I don't add anything to it. Yeah.
Nope. Because you are going to move one more So that is going to give you conceal. No, reverse that. You're going to get 2 dice, but you don't roll anything. You don't add anything.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Is that what you said? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because technically, your first movement phase, you basically teleport. Because of Hannibal's planning. There was a tunnel that no one knew about or something. But what's going to happen now is you're technically moving 1 from S5 to S4. And when you move 1, you get the cover bonus, not the concealment bonus.
Okay.
So double dice, but you don't add anything.
Got it.
Go ahead. You got to beat a 4.
Okay. Come on, Hannibal. Double 10s. I want to bring you in the tray.
Don't worry about it. We're going to continue the stream. Next,
Okay.
Baracas.
Baracas, 9.
Okay, give me both numbers, please.
5 and 9.
Do not beat the 5. Do not beat the 9. Okay, next. Peck.
Peck, 8. Double 10s.
I can't beat that. Last but not least, Murdock.
Murdock rolled a 7 and a 9.
Could be either of them either. All right, cool. So even when we broke it down, which is kind of the way you're supposed to do it, Clunk, he gets in, and then you've now mounted the vehicle, and the vehicle takes off.
Excellent.
Which
So
we're with him.
I didn't rescue the hostages, but I cleared out the bad guys so Decker can rescue the hostages.
The special rule technically reads, once the hostages are located, the A-team must pick them up and drive them off the table, or that hex must be defended by at least one A-team until all Cutler figures are eliminated. So, yeah, basically Cutler never got a chance to shoot the hostages. Because why would he shoot the hostages while he still held them? Hostages are safe if Decker even gets within 1 hex of the, which he owns the map now, so yeah.
By the way, where were they?
November 4.
Ah.
Right where the main bad guys were all kind of clumped together.
That was the next place I was heading to if Decker hadn't made it there. All right. Dun, 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 dun.
So Templeton Peck was technically shot twice.
Yeah.
But and Amy scored the killing shot, or the episode winning shot, I should say.
The episode winning shot. However, BA had to leave his van.
Oh, that's true. The van counts as a casualty, so the AT loses.
The next episode is going to be BA getting his van back.
That has happened. What was it? The Chop Shop episode. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Someone steals a Baracas BA's van. And it's basically the rest of the episode is a quest to get back his van. And Murdock's plant, who was hiding in the back. Oh my god, the A-team.
The opening of the movie was great. When he walks in, hey baby, did you miss me? And they pan over to the van.
And they start playing like this weird porn music. Not porn, like Barry White music.
Yeah.
What's up, girl? Did you miss me? Then she dies like one scene later.
Smashed by an air conditioner.
Just pancaked. I pancaked my van, fool. Oh man. So.
Oh, Ron. Getting the van back together. Ha.
Oh my God, Ron, you are awarded Joke of the Show. Gee whiz, guys. All right, so that is going to wrap up our episode today of the Sit Rep podcast. I hope everyone liked it. We got through a whole game in basically 2 hours, so that's pretty good.
Even with my hemming and hawing and indecision, so I'm proud.
Well, no, when you're playing the smaller force, you have to be careful because otherwise you're gonna, you're gonna get curb stomped if you're not, careful about opposing strong enemy forces. The only overly aggressive, obnoxious move was that it did cost you. You did lose the van, which is technically the 6th team member. So, if you want to get technical, you lost the game. I'm just kidding, clearly.
But we lost the van, but he took out an entire building of bad guys with one shot.
That's true. That's why you have that gearing up scene. You have to have, you can't just walk in there at a regular firefight. You have to have some kind of weird special vehicle or super weapon or trap or something.
Yeah. It was fun. Thank you, Jim. I liked it. You know me, I'm more for these slightly more lighthearted games.
Well, yeah, the original plan was going to be for some kind of K&R rescue in Panama or Cambodia. Not Cambodia, Panama or Colombia. And then I was like, you know what? We're going to do lots of serious... We've done lots of serious stuff lately. We're going to do a bunch more with 7 Days to the River Rhine. So let's take this opportunity to do something kind of corny and fun, and also small games like this. It's a lot of work to make the counters, but at least there's fewer of them. So.
And I hate to, I'm just going to throw this out there. Now you have both Miami Vice
Yep.
figures done.
I know where you're
and
going.
A-Team figures done.
I'm waiting for it. Go ahead and say it.
No, I wasn't going to say combine.
No, I was going to say.
That's
A-Team,
two totally different mindsets.
A-Team
people die in Miami Vice.
A-Team versus Miami Vice. Because people argue about which is better. We can now find out. We can at last put it to rest.
See, but people die in Miami Vice, so whose world would we use? A-Team world or Miami Vice world?
Well, if it's the characters shooting at each other, the characters are basically immortal. No one's going to, Sonny's not going to die to Hannibal Smith. That's not how it's going to go. So we're technically using A-Team rules at that point.
Oh, no, I was going to say that means, a little pickup game of either Miami Vice or A-Team is going to be a lot easier and quicker now.
Oh, yeah.
You can throw in a fun game.
Yeah, but these games are also kind of a novelty. Like we don't, it's like you do them once. Like maybe next year we'll do it again. If we get a bunch of requests, like this alien idea, lots of people are requesting that. Like once it gets out there.
Well, you're stuck. You have to do that now. You
I know.
Can't get out of that one.
And it's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be probably our Halloween episode. Halloween episode, we always do something crazy because it's Halloween. Like we do the Santa battle every Christmas. Of course, it's not modern warfare. It's not historical. We do something silly. Same thing with Halloween. We do something corny. So, last time it was, Cthulhu battle in a Russian biolab. This time it might be aliens. So, there you go.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming out. It looks like we still have Rondi and Rasmus in the chat.
We got a bunch of people in the
still
chat.
Listening.
Yeah, our number says that we still got a bunch of people in. But okay, guys, we are rounds complete for another episode here on the Sit Rep Podcast. I am your host, as always, Oriskany Jim. Tango Mike for watching. We'll be back later on this week with some more content. Keep an eye out for some 7 Days to the Rhine stuff, because I've already got all the miniatures built for that, clearly. I just have to put the table together. That's going to be super easy. That might be Wednesday's stream. Is like taking a look at the first table, maybe kicking around a first rule. I also still have to make a bunch of counters, the command counters and the morale counters. So I might not be ready by Wednesday. So I'm not promising that, but that's coming sooner rather than later. I'm just not going to nail down a specific date yet. If you're watching this, everybody, please consider dropping a like on our video. That does really help. Our subscriber count proves that point. We are definitely on a little bit of a roll with subscribers, so we thank you very much for that.
Ooh, 880. Nice.
It was 881. We lost one?
Oh, no, I've only ever seen 880.
It was 881 earlier this morning. We technically did lose one.
Oh.
That's fine. We gained like 9 in the last couple days, so net, we're still way up. It's all good. All right, guys, we're taking off. Thanks very much for watching. Drop a like on this video if you liked it. It'll be up for good, probably later, whenever YouTube finishes processing it. But for now, we're taking off. We'll see everybody on Wednesday, either with some recorded content or some more live streaming. So until then, take care. Don't work too hard on the week coming up. We'll be in touch very soon. Take care. We'll see you then.